Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Throwback Thursday video. So obviously you already know from the title what this one is. So what I've been doing is I've been keeping track of all the ones you guys commented on my palette collection video, and I literally have a list on my phone and I put like numbers next to them for how many times they were commented on. And I'm getting through the ones that had like 4 to 5 mentions. So there was a lot of comments about the Star Wars palettes. Now I had a mixture of both. I had a mixture of people that wanted to see the Hyperspace palette from Hot Topic, and then I also had some people that mentioned the 2 cargo palettes or just all Star Wars in general. So I think what I'm gonna do is for the cargo ones, I'm gonna do those 2 together and just do one look using both palettes because they are pretty simple palettes. But this one obviously I thought deserved its own video. I love this palette. It's definitely one of my favorite ones from the Hot Topic palettes. You know, it has its little tricky bits to it, but it's a fun palette, and come on, it's Star Wars. You guys know I'm a Star Wars fan. So this is the palette we're gonna do for today's Throwback Thursday video. This is what it looks like, if you don't remember. So I am gonna use the highlighter and then I'm gonna use some of the shadows. Obviously what I try to do with these Throwback Thursday videos is do a look that's different from whatever I did the first time I showed you guys the palette. So when I did a look the last time, I focused on like this really pretty kind of teal blue color and the purple. And I think I had, there was like a silver, oh, I think I put this color. I think I put that across the lid. So I think for this one, I want to go a bit more neutral-ish, like maybe play with the browns and the greens. Like there's a green here, and there's this really pretty brown. This one's actually a really good matte. I like that one a lot. So yeah, I think I might do something like that. And then like I said, we'll use the highlighter, and I'll go ahead and use one of my lightsaber lip products depending on which one matches the look the best. So let me play around with these shadows and I'll show you guys what I came up with. All right, I'm starting out by priming my lids. I'm just gonna leave this tacky, but I am going to set the brow bone area. Okay, with a small blending brush, I'm jumping into the shade Wookiee, which is the dark brown. And I'm gonna start placing this into the crease. I'm just gonna work on like packing it in there first. And once it's in there, I'm kind of working it back and forth. And just start kind of blending it up a bit, a little bit out. Okay, now I'm just gonna switch to a fluffy brush that has nothing on it and really start working on blending out those edges and blending a bit of that color up a bit. Because there's not very many mattes in this palette, you kind of have to make do with what you have. Obviously, you could always reach for another palette, but since I'm trying to just use this palette for you guys, this is what I'm doing. If I had another color to play with, I would just want a lighter, like just maybe like a lighter tan color or something that I could blend in with this, like just a light brown. But you can see that it does kind of work to give you that nice blend if you just take the time to lightly blend that color out with just a clean brush. I figured you guys were probably sick of cut creases, so we're just gonna do a halo eye, and there's gonna be no concealer, no cut crease involved. So I have a flat brush that I just sprayed with setting spray, and I'm gonna use this green shade down here, Rebellion. Just get that on my brush. So it really helps to have it wet. I feel like that helps you to avoid getting some fallout. And then I'm just gonna pack this onto the inner and outer portion of the lid. And I'm gonna round it up to the crease. And you'll see that as long as you've wet the brush, it'll cover up that brown to where you don't need to put concealer down first. Okay, I'm gonna connect these across. Just connect them across. And then for the center, I'm going to use the shade Stormtrooper, which is this yellow color right here. So again, I've got the brush wet, and I'm just gonna place this into the center area. And just kind of blend it a little bit with the green at the edges. And it's definitely a pretty color. You could totally leave it at just that. But I do like a little bit more brightness with a halo eye. So what I did was I took this shade right here, which is called Cantina. I don't know if you can see it, but this is kind of one of the chunky glitter ones. So like when you put your finger in it, you can see it kind of comes off as like chunks of glitter. I like this for kind of tapping over shadows. So I'm just tapping a little bit out on top and you get a little bit more of a shimmer to it, but it doesn't cover up the color. So yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra brightness. All right, and then just to kind of blend everything in, I took this really small little blending brush and went back into the green Rebellion shade. And I'm just gonna work on blending the edges of where it meets the brown. So you get like a little bit of that green transitioning up into the brown. It kind of almost brings a little bit of a golden color into it. Like it makes it look like a yellow green color, which kind of makes it match my shirt better. So obviously that's why I wasn't too worried about how dark the brown was on the crease, because I knew we were going to be covering up. So that's it for the lid. Let's go ahead and do the lower lash line. So I'm just taking a flat kind of liner brush and I'm going into this shade right here, which is called Jedi Knight. And I'm going to run this on the lower lash line in a nice thick line. That's why I like this particular brush. It's kind of a thicker flat brush. And I did spray this with setting spray. And again, we're back into that situation where there's not a lighter neutral shade in the palettes. If there was, or something that at least went with what I was doing on the lower lash line, I would buff that underneath it, but we don't have that here. What I am gonna do is go back into the brown Wookiee shade with another flat brush, but this one's a lot thinner. And I'm gonna stamp this right along the lash line just to give it some depth. And that works for what I want it to do. As you can see, once you add a little bit of mascara to that lower lash line, it gives a little bit more depth to it. So I think it looks fine just like this. And last but not least, let's do a little inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna do 2 steps here. I'm gonna start out with Droid, which is kind of this, it's kind of a yellowish shade, but it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm not gonna use a lot of this, just a little bit, just to act as a little bit of a base. So you can see it's not as bright as I would want for an inner corner highlight. But then just to give it a little bit more of that shiny amp that I need in that inner corner highlight, I'm gonna dip back into Cantina. This time I'm just gonna use my pinky finger. And again, remember this is a very chunky shadow. So I'm literally just going to press this onto that inner corner. All right, that's all for the shadows. While I have the palette out, let's go ahead and do the highlighter. So I'm just using my good old highlighting brush from Sephora. Got a little bit on the brush here and just go in on the highlight. So this one is more of that kind of like bluish iridescent kind of glow. I still think it's pretty. It's definitely not a natural highlight, but it's not meant to be one. So I'm just gonna fast forward through the liner and lashes just to kind of save a little bit of time. I'm gonna do orange in the waterline. This is Puppy from ColourPop. I'm gonna do black gel liner. This is the Pretty Vulgar gel ink liner again. I've been really liking it lately. I kind of forgot how much I liked it. And then for mascara, I'm using the ColourPop BFF mascara in black. And then finally lashes, I'm doing the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. So let me zip through all that. All right guys, so these are the eyes done. I definitely ended up taking inspiration from my shirt with kind of the green, yellow, orange colors, but hey, what can I say? You gotta take inspiration from somewhere. Okay, so let's finish this off with the lips. I said that I would use one of the lip products from the Hot Topic Her Universe Star Wars lip collection. I think what I am gonna do is do the nude liquid lip, and I might top it with the gloss because I do think it's a really pretty combination and I love that iridescent gloss. So let's start with the nude lip. All right, I'm just gonna tap a little bit of the gloss over the top. All right, so this is the completed look using the revisited Hyperspace palette from Hot Topic and Her Universe with a little assist from the matching lightsaber lip collection. I'm definitely really happy with the way that this look turned out. Of course, you guys know how much I love green eye looks, but I think that this still leaves for some fun options that I could do for other looks in the future. If you guys are still wanting to see some more looks from this one with future Throwback Thursday videos, because I definitely could still do something with maybe like the pretty reddish burgundy colors, maybe an all blue look, something like that. Of course, like with those, I might want to bring in another shadow from like a single or another palette just to round it out a little bit. Because like I said earlier, I wish I would have had a lighter shade to blend in the crease, but you know, we made it work. So yeah, if you guys want to see more from this palette in the future, just let me know in the comments below. And also let me know like your opinion on, for these Throwback Thursday videos, do you want me to stick to only using the shadows in the palettes that I'm showing you guys? Or are you okay with me bringing in like one shadow, like a single, to kind of help round the look out, or even maybe combining some of the Throwback Thursday palettes together? So you guys let me know your opinion, because obviously these Throwback Thursday videos are for you guys. If you've purchased any of these palettes and you want to just get ideas for other looks and options that you can do, that's what I want to be able to give you. So I want to make sure it's something that you can follow along with. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.